So if you could sum your wrestling career up so far in one word, what would it be?
Enjoyable.
That's the first. I'm sure people say strange, weird, exciting, enjoyable. Why enjoyable?
I don't know, man, because I just love it. It's a bit of a childhood dream come true kind of thing, man. I always dreamt about being a wrestler from being a young age, and now I've reached 40. 40 now's the time, and time's not on my side as much as it were. So it's now or never. If I have a 10-year career, I'll be 50. That's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you see some of these wrestlers are wrestling till like 16, 17. I'm just like, what are they doing?
I know. I hope I can do that. To be honest, man. I mean, my favourite wrestler, Sting, retired 65 years old, and he was still jumping off of some. Yeah, man. Still jumping off some stuff and smashing some tables and that.
It's
Oh,
crazy though,
fucking
man. Do you know what I mean?
love Sting. Yeah, he's the man, mate. I've got tons of Sting figures here. Let me just show you all these wrestling figures I've got. I've got like every single Sting figure that you could possibly ever dream of.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've got
man.
to ask, and I think I know this, but is the Cross thing one of the best?
I like Surfer Sting better, to be honest, man, because when I first got into wrestling as a kid, it was that era, and Sting was still Surfer Sting at that time. But I did enjoy the transition to Crow Sting. But I do prefer Surfer Sting, man. I'll be honest, he's faster, his drop kicks are higher. He does. He's just better. He's more full of energy.
Okay. We're going
Got
to be talking to
youth on his
Madden.
side, hasn't he?
Yeah, something like that. We're talking
Yeah.
to Madden. We're talking a loads of stuff in between. Rexx, Super Pro, PPW, everything else. Let's see the intro. Madden, it's great to have you on the show, dude. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, mate. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing
Now,
fine.
yeah, not too bad and stuff like that. Typical work week and stuff like that. What about yourself? How's the week been so far?
Yeah, it's been all right, man. Quite busy, quite draining, but surviving.
I love that answer, surviving and stuff like that. And I'm going to
Yeah.
start with that, actually. I mean, you do so much. I mean, you do tattooing, you do obviously musician, you do wrestling, you do obviously your private life and stuff like that. How the hell do you juggle all this?
Ugh, man, I don't even know, to be honest with you, mate. My diary, God bless it. If I ever lost that thing, I won't know what planet I were on or out. Um, I guess some good organisational skills and a lack of sleep get me through it.
But do you get time to yourself with all this?
I do sometimes, man. Yeah, I had today to myself a little bit, but then I helped my mum cut her edges down, so yeah and no.
I suppose the one thing, though, mate, is you keep yourself busy, right?
I do, yeah, extremely busy, man. Yeah, yeah. I think I've got some kind of issue with doing nothing. It makes me feel right anxious and guilty, like I should be doing something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, and stuff like that. But obviously, we're talking about your career, mate, in wrestling and stuff like that. Let's start at the beginning, man. How did it all begin?
Starting at the beginning, right? So, if we rewind a couple of years, my dad passed away, and I got quite depressed, obviously, and I thought I need to do something with my life. I thought about pro wrestling because we'd just come out of COVID as well, and all I'd done all the way through COVID is watch WCW Monday Nitro and Thunder and every single episode of WCW in that time. So I got wrestling like stuck in my head, and obviously Brett Rexx, one of my best mates, we looked on internet to try and find a wrestling school, where in my imagination I was going to go and sort of vent this frustration of losing my old man, and we came across PPW, man. So we signed up, and went for fundamental course or freshers course or whatever title they've gave that course that you've got to sort of pass to get onto classes. Um, and we went for it, man. Yeah, no turning back.
Oh, awesome. And obviously, the two people obviously run PPD is obviously Liam Slater. What's it like to learn from him?
Mate, he's the greatest coach ever, mate. He absolutely is. I can't say a bad word about him. He's a legend. He makes everything look sick. every move you want to do, it just makes it look fucking absolutely flawless. Pardon my French. Uh, yeah, and he's a top guy, mate. Proper humble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
mate.
what about Nathan?
Yeah, he's sound as well, but he don't do much training, man. Just sits around on his phone filming stuff, getting you to put people's lives at risk 10 times in a row so that he can just get these reels filmed and that. Did you see that
Uh,
one of me doing that gravestone on Matty Carter?
I did, yes.
Oh my god, mate, that was like 10 for tempt, that one that got posted, and I were absolutely crapping myself thinking, I've only got to mess this up once, mate, and Matty Carter's whole life read of him's gone.
I love their Instagram though, because there was one where he's like promoting and somebody's like literally getting kidnapped at the back. It's just so funny.
Oh no, yeah, he does do some good stuff, but that's because that's all he does, mate. He should be master of that.
He
Oh,
is. He's
Liam
incredible.
definitely does all harder graft, man, for sure. I do love
Absolutely.
Nathan though.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, he's so entertaining and stuff like that.
Oh,
Now,
he's funny.
I want to talk about the talent pool a little bit from us in PPW. There's some incredible people. Alfie, do you know what I mean? Jet Marshall. There's so many people. What's it like working with these obviously talent?
Man, it's an honour to be honest, because everybody is far superior in ring to what I am, man. So the fact that they put up with people like me who aren't that good and a bit slower than them and stuff is nice. You know, nobody's a bit like, oh, I'm better than you, I'm not going to wrestle with you kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's awesome, mate. It's proper good environment.
Yeah, absolutely, and stuff like that. And what's some of the things obviously you've learned there?
Oh man, literally everything, dude. Before I started, I didn't even know what an international were or anything, mate. You know, so I've learned everything, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of spot planning, and you name it, man. Wrestling, I've picked it up there off Liam.
Yeah,
Apart from my childhood love of it, which were just wait, you know what I mean? I never looked at it from a technical side. I can easily just get swallowed up by excitement of it, man, and not even see technical aspect of it.
no, absolutely incredible stuff like that. What was that like though, going in obviously into your first match?
Oh man, it was dead scary to be honest with you, and I absolutely made a right mess of it. It was rubbish, but I did enjoy it. I didn't put my character over right well either. I got battered by Scottish Wolf, and then I cheated to beat him. Not my greatest moment.
But the thing is, I mean, everyone says it. Do you know what I mean? The first match is not always the best. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. I forgot like 5 moves that I were gonna do in there, and just didn't put them in, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, man, I'm crapping myself. Even though it was just to my peers, and people like Wrestling Jeebus who we see regularly. So it's not like there were nobody there that I don't know. It's just one of them things, innit? It was just quite scary, quite nerve wracking.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling Jeebus. Do you know what I mean? That guy, I love his reels. Do you know what I mean? They're incredible.
Yeah, it was at that last show, weren't it? Which were a nice surprise. I thought it were him because I saw names on seats before we went in, and I was like, Ainsworth, I'm sure that's Wrestling Jeebus, and it were. Nice to see him.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I was back at the thing here, and I was like, yeah, I'm exactly the same. I was like, is that wrestling Jeebus? And I'm like, it
Yeah,
actually
man.
was.
Yeah, yeah, well, nice to
Uh,
see him there. That's the first time I've seen him there, I think. Even if he's been there before, I just simply didn't see him.
I've been in the past couple, and I don't think he's been there because he does get around. You know, what I mean, to many shows.
Oh no, yeah, I bet he's on to like 300 or something this year now already, or whatever.
I asked him last year. I think it was 154. Did in 1 year? I'm like, what the hell?
It's not bad going, that is it at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Stuff
Man,
like that. Now,
he's the guy you should be asking how he fits it all in.
I am actually aiming to get him on the show because I mean, I just respect him so much, you know, his reels and stuff, and I love
Yeah,
the banter he has, you know, with the wrestlers.
yeah, everybody's got maximum respect for him, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely, stuff like that. Now, you spoke about it earlier, obviously with Rexx and stuff like that.
Yeah,
What's it like, obviously, working, like training with your best mate and stuff?
yeah, it's mint, man. I love wrestling with him because I'm super comfortable with him, just because we've spent a lot of our life together in past, and I know that if I suggest doing something, he's going to be up for it. Do you know what I mean? And vice versa. If he says, "Oh, I want to smash you onto this," I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's just do it." You know, we're not shy with each other, kind of thing, and we can hit each other a bit harder. And I guess it goes a little bit like ignored. You know, like if an unknown person slaps you a bit hard, it's like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" But we can kind of do it to each other and get away with it a bit more, so we can put on a slightly more painful looking show, if you will.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it's also as well. I mean, you're picking each other up when obviously you're going through them moments where you're struggling in a way.
You what? Sorry.
Yeah, so it's obviously you're also there for each other when you're going from them like moments when you're struggling.
Oh right, yeah, that's it. We do, yeah. Um, just before we started wrestling, actually, there were a brief period where we'd fallen out. We didn't speak for ages, and then we got back together again. And I feel like we're even tighter than we were before that now. Obviously with band and wrestling and all that stuff that we do.
Yeah, absolutely. But that brings me on to Super Pro Wrestling, where you guys are having a good series of matches. Let's be honest.
Yeah. That's because me and Brett did this bit of a feud thing at PPW in-house shows. And then we did a show at NBP, New British Promotions, and Gav saw it there and he enjoyed that match so much that he said, I want you to have this feud, but do it SPW, and I want you to have it over 3 matches and really like drag it out and proper go for it and that. So that's what we're in middle of right now. And God
Yeah,
bless Gav, man. He lets us have free reign at creative side, so he just lets me and Brett basically do what we want, man, which is awesome, mate. You know what I mean? Not many. I'm sure not many promoters like literally let you do anything you want. I
no,
mean,
but the
they
one
might
thing
do.
it depends. You know what I mean? I know some promoters can be a little bit, funny with certain stuff.
Yeah, it's just things that I've heard off other people, you know, where they're like, oh, they won't let us do this, and promoter wanted this out of it, and he decided who wins, and like Gav lets me and Brett decide between us who's going to win and stuff like that, man. It's dead good.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I noticed at the last two Super Pro shows is the crowd reaction you get when you come out is incredible. What's that like for you?
Oh man, I love that because I should be getting booed, to be honest. I'm supposed to beat bad guy. Um, but Liam once said to me that my character is quite endearing, so it makes people. It's quite difficult for people to boo me, even though I'm bad guy kind of thing. You know, a bit like Steve Austin when he's being a bad guy, and people still just cheer him and that. I'm kind of like, I hope it's a bit like that anyway. But yeah, man, I love that Madden, Madden chant inside. I'm thinking to myself, oh man, that's sick. That because without people doing that, it's pointless, really, man. It's all about entertaining, isn't it?
No, absolutely. And when you've obviously done so much so far, do you prefer face or heel?
I prefer heel, to be honest, man, because I find it a little bit easier. You know, you can get away with more at things, um, like being a bit of a douchebag to the crowd and whatnot, and kicking other opponent in bollocks and shoving referee around and that. I mean, you can't really do that as good guy, can you? I guess I'm more like an anti-hero in my character, like not a bad guy or a good guy, just kind of do what I want kind of thing. I fight bad
Yeah.
guys and good guys, don't care who it is.
No matter who it is, I'm just going to fight you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man. That's what I kind of
Absolutely.
want my character to be.
Now, let's obviously talk about your character. How did it all obviously come about putting it together?
Um, well, in my entire life, I've been a big horror fan. Um, Jason was my favourite horror character. I've got Jason mask on my chest here. I don't know if you can see it well on camera, but
Yeah.
so I've been into like masks and stuff all my life. You can see my mask. I think it's just on shelf up there. And loved Sting, but I thought I want to combine like horror and a bit stingified and stuff like that. And then I looked into Casey Jones as my favourite Tales character. So I thought, Casey Jones, he's got the Jason mask on, he's got all weapons, he's a bit of a street fighter, he's kind of cool, he's kind of like a good guy, but he's a bit of a bad guy sometimes. Um, I'm gonna have Casey Jones as my inspiration, so that's where I kind of got it from. This like street brawling, hockey mask wearing, cool douchebag.
That's my favorite type of wrestler. I mean, straight to the point, no nonsense. I'm just going to go in there and beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, bit of a knob, but likable.
We're 40 minutes in, it says a bit of a knob, but likable. I love it.
So yeah, man, Casey Jones was my main inspiration, and Liam also said to me at one time because I asked him like I'm struggling to think of like a personality for this character, and he just said, "Why don't you just take yourself and ramp it up to 11?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I can do that for sure." And just acted more arrogant and a bit more overconfident, bit cocky like, you know. I thought, yeah, I can do that. So that's what I did. So basically, I don't play a character. I just play myself on steroids. but not on steroids. Clearly, look at these skinny guns, mate.
I just want to point out, people, he does not do drugs.
Yeah, man. I'm only joking.
Oh dear. So with everything you've done so far, what's some of your highlights you're happy with at the moment?
Um, the highlights really, I guess, just everything that we've been doing at SPW, because that what dream really, to be in a main event on a decent show to a decent crowd, and have full creative freedom of what we're doing, and SPW granted us that. So I guess that's going to be my highlight. Because to be honest with you, man, I've only wrestled at PPW, NBP, and SPW. I'd like to try and branch out to somewhere else. I think my dream is to wrestle at Rise or North, something like that. That would be cool.
Everyone says no.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's as far as I can aspire to be at 40, man, and with my moveset and stuff. I mean, I'm never going to be in WWE, but maybe I can beat somebody up at Rise or whatever. That'd be sweet. But
Yeah, you
I'm quite
mentioned
happy to just do what I'm doing, man. It's awesome.
no, absolutely. You mentioned obviously SPW, and do you want to talk about this match coming up?
Yeah, this match coming up. So this is going to be the decider now in who's the final winner in mine and Brett's feud, because I've defeated him on first one. Then we tagged up and I turned on him and beat him up when he weren't looking, sort of thing. And then we've got the double KO last time, so we've still not got a clear winner of this feud. So we're going to sort it out with last man standing match. We're going to do a few tables in as well. We've decided, so it's going to be quite awesome. We're going to try and push the limit a little bit more to each match we've done before this. So that's why
Yeah,
you should come.
yeah. So one way or another, there's going to be a winner. Is that what you're saying?
This is going to be the final winner. Whoever wins this one is going to be deemed between us the tougher one, or whatever you want to say.
The bigger man, whatever you want to go
Yeah,
that.
if he beats me, I'll leave him alone and stop beefing him. But then if I beat him, I'm going to take his belt. That's how it's going down.
There you go. And that's on 15th of August, I remember rightly.
15th of August, yes, at the SPW New Lodge Arena.
There you go. What we'll do is, obviously, after the show, we'll put all links in the description so fans can jump from this to go check it out, man. Because, like I said, I've been to the show. Do you know what I mean? I can't wait to see who obviously comes out on top.
Yeah, we're going to see about that.
Absolutely, and stuff like that. So, have you had many injuries so far? Much, obviously,
Man,
injury-wise?
absolutely tons and tons of injuries, man, since day one. I was buying a body brace every single week when I first started out. Done my ankle. Week later, done wrist, bought wrist support. Week later, done elbow, bought elbow support. Week later, done neck, bought neck support. Week later, done back, bought back support. I may as well just come into PPW training arena in a suit or armour, man. But then I eventually got past that. Rexx once kicked me outside at jaw, big boot, and my jaw came out at socket, and I couldn't bite my teeth
Ooh,
together. I could fit a pound coin in between my teeth. And then next day I just yawned, my jaw cracked, and then my teeth could touch again. So my jaw must have been like, I don't know, half an inch out of socket or something like that. And then one time I bulldogged Kemper, you know, big Kemper.
yeah, yep.
I did bulldog on Kemper, and I had to have 6 weeks off, man.
Is that the longest one you've been out?
Yeah, 6 weeks. That I think I fractured my ribs doing a bulldog on him because he's that big. I thought I couldn't believe it. I've done bulldog to him and I broke my ribs. That's unreal. But it's just because of how ginormous a dude he is.
Yeah. What's he like behind the scenes, Ken? Because he's an incredible athlete.
Oh man, he's a great guy. Yeah, I love Kemper. I think he's sweet. I love his character as well because he's a little bit like horror as well, isn't he? You know, I like all horror style dudes. I like B.A. Rose as well. Kemper reminds me a bit of like a Jason Voorhees meets the Abyss, but without a mask on. And then B.A. Rose reminds me of Leatherface.
I can see that. Now you've said that, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, but I like that, man. So I'm attracted to these like horror type characters, you know. Yeah, man.
The thing is with Kemper, though, he's really tall. I mean, I'm 6'4", and even I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, he is, man. He's fucking massive. He's super, super, super strong as well, man. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, incredible. That just shows, you know what I mean, the talent pool. We spoke about it earlier John, at PPW. I mean, there's so many names, you know what I mean? We could even have a whole hour just debate on that.
We certainly could. I mean, we've got Leon Slater as well doing fundamentals on Wednesdays sometimes. That's absolutely mint, man, because he's signed to TNA and he's doing right well, man. I mean, I was watching a match on TNA Network earlier and it was his picture as the background as I was scrolling through matches and stuff. And I thought, that's sweet, man. He teaches me stuff. That's kind of cool.
It's great, isn't it? And that kind of leads me
Yeah.
obviously on to my next question as well is obviously everything you do and stuff like that, do you get the chance to watch wrestling from like a fan's point of view?
I do, mate. I watch it every single day. I've got one on pause right now that I'm going to finish off watching in a bit after we've done this podcast. So yeah, man, I still devour wrestling daily. And like I say, I can still enjoy it from a technical point of view. Do you know what I mean? I'm still into the storyline and get right into it and that, and still get well passionate about it and be like, oh fuck off with my favourite losers and that. And yeah, man. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Like I say, we don't mind swearing stuff like that. AEW
Cool.
or WWE or both?
Oh, man, I probably have to go with AEW, but I don't watch neither of those, man. I just watch old stuff. I mean, on TNA, I'm in 2003, and when before WWE Network went off, I was in 1998 on that. So I'm well old school, dude. I just watch all proper old stuff, Attitude Era, and WCW versus NWO. I think is like the cream of wrestling. That's where all the best stuff happened, and that's where all the best characters are from, and all that.
TNA 2006 is probably my favourite.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it because as I can see years on app, I can see Sting and Mick Foley and all that coming up, and DDP just beat Raven on one that were good. I like watching all legends.
Yeah, incredible. Now, you mentioned obviously you were going through a bad patch, which obviously you went into wrestling and stuff like that. So how has wrestling obviously helped you in that sense?
It just heavily distracted me from it all. You know, thinking of the training, thinking of the character, looking forward to going to classes each week, the camaraderie of everybody there. You know, all that. And getting slammed and injured, man. I guess it was in a strange way, a bit like self harming, but you know, venting through pain, just like take a fucking suplex, and it made me feel good. You know, man, it kind of sounds sick maybe in a way, but I guess it's like that kind of link, you know, to self-harming and releasing some kind of depression through hurting yourself, but doing it through wrestling instead of like, you know, whatever.
Yeah. It's also the community as well, do you know what I mean? All the people just coming together.
Yeah, the camaraderie of it is a big thing as well, man. Because sometimes when I'm feeling down, I might just sit on the sofa there for a little bit and have a word with myself. And there's some good people, they'll come up and give an hug and that out of nowhere, and that means a lot. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I haven't seen you for ages, dude. How you doing? Give us the hug, you know, and all that. And it's like, oh man, didn't even realize how much I needed that. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely stuff like that. So we're going to throw these fan questions out of the way. So
Okie dokie.
Fast Camp Clothing says, "What's this September looking like for my arm?"
As if he's trying to book in over a podcast, mate. What a guy. I don't know. My diary's not even close by to me, mate. You'll have to tell him that I'll respond to him. Is he watching now? Can you tell who's watching?
He'll probably watch it back, so he will obviously get to see the response.
Oh, right, sweet. So, yeah, I'll message you some dates, dude, when I check my diary. Man, I can't believe that. Thanks for drawing me a t-shirt, though. It's absolutely mint. I don't know if there's a way I can show it to you, but hopefully one day I'm going to sell some. But there's only one in existence currently that he did me, and I've hung it up at PPW facility with all other characters' t-shirts. You know, like they're on like a big wall of famous t-shirts. And there's a Madden. The only Madden t-shirt in existence is right there.
It's like an ultra rare Pokemon card.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like a super rare t-shirt.
But
It's
yeah,
mint though.
it is. I mean, I like Flash Cottage. I mean, I love their designs because you mentioned it earlier with the horror theme, and I get that. You know, when obviously I see most of their designs.
Yeah, it does draw like good horror stuff. Trying to think of how to describe it. It's got the two fists and it's got like my mask in middle, and then it's got like a graveyard in background and stuff, man. And it's dead sick. And I've seen what he's done for everybody else, and I like his style because he hand draws everything as well. He don't like Didn't use any AI or any like cheats stuff. He literally just draws it all from pencil up, which is
No, I
mint.
mean, incredible, man. Do you know
Dying
what I mean?
breed, man, with AI coming out.
Yeah, we're all screwed, aren't we, with AI?
Yeah, definitely. Like when you can just say a sentence and it gives you the greatest painting ever. But I don't respect that. I respect fast count because it's like I say, it does it all from with pure love, man, from the ground up,
And I think that's
pencil
one
to the
thing.
final thing.
There you go. And I love that thing that you said there. Do you know what I mean? From Pencil Joe with love. Do you know what I mean? It's literally, that's what hand drawn.
Yeah, 100% passion in it.
Absolutely. And the other question we got from is Simon Gabe. He's obviously a regular listener to the show. He said, favorite tattoo?
My favourite tattoo. Oh God, this is going to be quite a tough one to be honest with you, because I've got so many good ones. I haven't actually got a wrestling related tattoo, which I'd love to get. So I'm going to say this sweet tooth one on my fist. I
Oh,
don't know if you
okay.
can see it. Sweet tooth one, my
Yep.
favorite PlayStation, one of my favorite PlayStation game ever, and I proper love Sweet Tooth. And I thought I'm gonna put Sweet Tooth on my fist because when you get hit with this, you end up with some sweet teeth.
I love it. I love like this meaning behind it. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, well, actually, Brett that gave me that idea ages ago. He said we could get hit with that sweet teeth, so I can't take credit for that one. Rexx gave me that idea.
Oh dear, that's incredible. Now, this question, obviously, I said to you before we came on the air about it. Now,
hmm
for people who's not familiar with yourself, why should they go check you out?
They should go and check us out because we try. I know sometimes it's not the right thing to do. Try and cram as much into one match as possible because sometimes you don't need it, But me and Rexx are always like, let's try and do something like super, super, super sick and super harsh, so that crowd are like, whoa. And then next time round again, we'll be like, right, so now we've got to top what we did in the last one. Do you know what I mean? And it's just going to keep escalating like that with attitude that we've got towards it. So each time you come, you're going to see us do something ridiculously more painful and significantly larger than the previous time. So that's why you should keep coming and checking us out.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that answer and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, man.
before you obviously go out and perform, obviously in front of people, how do you get yourself into the zone?
Um, I don't think I actually do, to be honest with you, man, because I'm crapping myself from start to finish, and I'm backstage like meditating, going through match about 6,000 times in my head from start to finish. I'll go over it, like walk through it hundreds and hundreds of times, and then when I'm doing my entrance, I'm still going through it in my mind. Do you know what I mean? And it just never stops. So I don't think I ever do fall into zone fully. It just kind of happens inside that big panic, and then before you know it, match is over, and you've done it all, and we'll be like, did I do suplex? I did. Oh yeah, man. Did you bang me head on post? Oh, I can't even remember that bit, but yeah, we did it. Oh, thank God for that. Um, yeah, man, it's proper weird. It's such a weird feeling, but it's like I said at the start, it's so enjoyable at the same time. It's it's healthy stress on the mind, I like to call it.
Uh,
Exercise to the mind.
how do you wind down after a match?
Oh man, I just have to sit down and watch some cartoons or read some comic books or something like that. The adrenaline lasts a good 3 or 4 hours. If I finish my match at 8 o'clock, I'm still buzzing at like midnight. I sat on the edge of my sofa, like, man, need to go to sleep soon. I got work at morning, but that match was sick. Like, proper buzzing my head off about it.
I've got to ask what cartoons.
Oh man, I love everything. Futurama is my favourite cartoon of all time. Um, but I also love Metalocalypse and Simpsons and
Oh my god,
Family Guy.
what a show!
Metalocalypse.
Yes,
I know, man. And it's so good, isn't it? It's so
yeah,
good. I've got my
that's
partner
a
into it.
that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's a throwback.
Oh no, it's proper good, isn't it, man? And I've got it all on DVD, man. As I was saying earlier, I'm a bit old school and a technophobe, man. So I still buy tons and tons and tons of DVDs, and I've got it all on DVD. Metalocalypse, we love it. It's absolutely mint. Such a good soundtrack as well.
Yeah, the soundtracks. I'm so glad you said that because I'm really sorry because I love the soundtracks.
Yeah, it's absolutely sick. We've just bought the final part. I think it's called Army of the Doomstar or something like that, and it's the final one, but it's a movie. They've done like 2 movies to finish the series off.
Interesting. Did you see the bat metal thing for that? Because I thought that was crazy.
I think I did. Yeah, is it where Batman's got like he's quite a unit, and when he's singing, his mouth looks a bit like a
Yep,
butthole, if I can say that.
yep, that's the one.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah,
Oh dear.
man.
Uh, right, sorry. Come on, let's wind. So, what's one thing that fans will never understand when it comes to wrestling?
What's one thing that fans will never understand when it comes to wrestling? Oh, so if they don't do it, and they're not a regular fan, then I reckon they're not going to understand the fake realness of it, if that makes sense. Because I think that people think that it's just like child's play and you're getting tapped and all that kind of stuff, and you're just not really. Um, I mean, I know people who I work with watch it and they come and enjoy it, but they're like, "Oh no, you're just landing down and it's dead soft and all that," and it's just like it's not. I mean, my fucking shoulder came out of the socket on that. You know what I mean? And I think they'll just never understand that you can really get hurt doing it. Um, I don't know. That's one main thing that maybe stands out to me.
So we've actually got a fan question here now. Knitted painting, I have said that right. It says, "Who was your biggest influence?" Sorry if this question's already been asked. It hasn't, so go ahead.
My biggest influence in wrestling. Yeah, man, it's just got to be the Stinger, hasn't it? He's the greatest wrestler of all time. He's the goat. I just love him. He's the man. He's definitely my greatest inspiration. And then after Sting, my greatest inspiration is everybody at PPW. Because when they're doing some good moves, they're like, "Oh man, I need to try and do better than that now," or "I don't want to do this crap because I'm going to let them down." And every it's just all a big push. So I'd have to admire my colleagues. Is that right word? Co-wrestlers, colleagues,
Your
um,
colleagues.
brothers from other mothers, whatever, whatever you want to call it, sisters from other misters, and all that. So yeah, Sting first, and then everybody that I train with second.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to some incredible people from PPW. Do you know what I mean? It's incredible, do you know, talent there. So anyone
Yeah,
watching, go check out PPW because you know what I mean. There's some incredible talent there, and Liam's incredible.
he is. And if you love wrestling, just come and train. Just do it. A bit best thing you ever did. If you're struggling with depression or anxieties or like that, you feel like you haven't got any friends or whatever's bothering you, come down PPW and do some wrestling. Sort you out. I honestly will.
Absolutely. So a few little more questions, mate, as obviously begin to wind down and stuff like that. What's
Yeah.
the biggest thing, obviously, you've learnt in wrestling? Could be in the ring, could be outside the ring.
Um, I'm not really sure because there's so many things that I've learned. It's all just like one big massive bundle. Um, I think the biggest thing that I'd have to take from it then is just the respect. You know, learn a great deal of respect for everybody there and everybody different ability levels and all that kind of stuff, different sizes, different strengths. So I guess the if I could pick one thing out of the entire bundle, I guess it's taught me a massive, massive, massive respect um, for my fellow man, which I already had anyway, but it taught me a little bit more.
Oh, dear, this is incredible. So, obviously, what's the goal for you now? You mentioned obviously you want to branch out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd like to branch out. I mean, if I never got any more opportunities and nobody liked me or booked me ever again in future, the fact that I've had a main event sort of storyline just with my best friend, it is sweet, man. You know, I go to grave happy with that. But hopefully we can do some better stuff and escalate a little bit more to some bigger crowds, like you say, at Rise or North or whatever, and go and smash some tables there. Maybe if I could, if BA Rose ever sees this podcast, maybe he'll do a what they call it, a death match with me or something like that. We'll do some barbed wire or whatever. I don't know. Smash some glass, all that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there any particular match type you want to be in? But I think you kind of answered that.
Yeah, I think about it all the time, you know, because Nathan once said to me that my character could suit deathmatch proper good, and I thought, hey, I could do deathmatch because I'm not that good at doing fancy moves, but I can land head first on some glass. Do you know what I mean? But I've got some nice expensive tattoos, man. I don't know if I want to get them shredded up or scarred up and skin gets ripped to pieces or whatever. And I've just had £1,000 worth of sleeve done there or whatever.
I can't imagine the healing process for that as well.
I know, yeah. And when I watch some of the things that they do, I just think, fuck, God, I don't know if I really want to do that. Because Beer Rose is hard as nails, man.
He definitely is and stuff like that.
Yeah, he is solid, mate, and I don't think I could take that kind of pain. So I toy with idea of deathmatch in my mind, and I think I'd like to do one just to see what it's like, but I'd like it to be against Beer Rose. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, was there any other people you'd like to get in the ring with?
Yeah, quite a few actually. Anybody really, anybody from PPW. I haven't really got a dream match. Do you know? We're a big wrestling character. I mean, it'd just be obvious. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd like to wrestle against Sting, but I don't really think about out like that. I'd just like to have a nice long running career where everybody that I train with and do some nice matches and put some good memories in bank. You know, some nice videos on YouTube and that. So anyone, Kemper, Axel, Nathan, Coach, Leon, man, anyone, that'd be a dream match for me, you know. That's sweet.
I think you and Axel will be an interesting one.
We kind of did one at the PPW Now show, but it was me and Rexx versus Freak Show, Axel and Jim, and it was quite good. But we played it as a comedy match. It weren't too serious, do you know what I mean? We just did character stuff. There weren't many big moves, and it went down quite well. But I think it'd be kind of cool to do a one versus one with him.
It'd be interesting. Wrestle Wellbeing's obviously sent a question. It's a bit of a high one. It says, how has the demanding nature of professional wrestling impacted your mental health?
It's made it better. It's made it better. A mass improvement. Like I say, the excitement of looking forward to going to classes each week, and if I've been struggling at work or patients have been doing whatever, and it's got me a little bit down, I come home and think, oh, it doesn't matter though, because tomorrow I'm going to do my 1-to-1. I can go over that TKO, I can run ropes a little bit and get sweaty and feel nice about myself and land that move I've been practicing and feel, hey, I did it, do you know what I mean? And yeah, like I said earlier, the self-harm aspect of it, like the slam, like, oh, that killed, it felt nice, you know, like
It's
get
like
it
a
all
release
out.
type thing.
Yeah, like, oh, caned, but I loved it. Fuck, I'll do it again. So yeah, it's made my mental health a lot better, to be honest with you. Since I've been wrestling, it's been better than it were significantly, for sure.
Absolutely, and stuff like that. So one final thing, obviously, we'll be wind down and stuff like that. There's obviously a lot of people obviously thinking of getting into wrestling. What advice would you give them?
Yeah, it just went off again then. Sorry, dude.
I said, for people obviously thinking of getting into wrestling, what advice would you give them?
I would advise getting into it, definitely. Even if you're kind of old like me, just now or never sort of thing, do it. If it's been your dream, just do it. If you're close to Sheffield, definitely come to PPW because it's like I say, it's the best atmosphere and everybody there. He's far superior in the lovely department and the tech area. So just go for it. Like I was saying, if you're a fan or you've been struggling with whatever, you feel like you ain't got any friends, or you feel like people don't like you or whatever, come down to PPW and you'll find out that you do fit in. People do like you. You know, it's mint. It's great, man.
Yeah, and one of the quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I always say for me is wrestling's for everyone, regardless of who you are.
Absolutely. It certainly is. I believe that too, man. Yeah, it is. It's good guys and bad guys. Cheer for a good guy, boo for a bad guy, you know, and that's for all ages, man.
Absolutely, and stuff like that. So before we obviously head off, mate, is there anything you'd like to plug?
I'd like to plug SPW, PPW.
This one?
Yeah, that's the next one coming up. If you can show up to that one, that's going to be sweet. Like I said, we've got some big things planned for that, some big damage. You might see some like moments like, oh my God, as if they did that. You know, that's what's going to go down there. Let me show you. So definitely get to that. Obviously, check out all the characters at PPW's Instagrams if you can find out. I couldn't even list them all. But look at Rex's and look at Skylar Rose and look at Callum Andrews and look at Kemper and look at everybody there. Look at the facility. And and just consume as much wrestling as you possibly can, like Jeebus.
Yeah, absolutely. So I need one final thing from you. So everyone I interview gets to do the outro for this show. So you can say anything you want, you can promote anything you want, and I will hit the outro. Madden, take it away.
Right, so get yourselves down to SPW on 15th of August, and you're going to see me defeat Rexx once and for all for his belt. I don't even know which belt it is. I think it's the Barnsley champion. Well, you're looking at the new Barnsley champion right now. And Rexx, if you're watching, you're going down, son.